Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new season of Talk and Tea with Yeye. We are back. It's been a long time and I know you missed me, but I've made a return. We are back and this season we're going to have bigger and better everything. New guests, new topics, new tea. And today, if you tuned in last time, you would know we had a recurring guest who was constantly here, constantly badgering me to come back. And he is a fan favorite because he just doesn't shut up and we just chat and chat and chat. So my very, very dear friend is my first new guest on this season of Talk and Tea. And his name is Sam Thomson, my friend.
Thank you so much for begging me to come back.
I really did beg you to come back. Like everything I said was a lie. I really begged him.
Begging is a strong word. It was more of alcohol. You get louder when you've had alcohol, and I think the volume was just like,
you were like,
mate, come back. And I was like, well, I like to give to like causes. So
well, thank you for giving to a good cause. Because Talk and Tea, we're back. You have been on my show more than anyone else. I feel like your previous episodes are iconic.
I think so too.
Burgundy Man went down in history.
He's outside.
If you don't know, then you don't. And he's here, welcome.
I'm Burgundy Man.
But if you don't know, then you don't know. And if you need to listen to previous episodes back in the day, because Burgundy Man was he's a legend now.
And a lot has happened since then.
Happened since then. But can we first address something? Because I have talking teacups. They have my face on it. If you can't see, this is me. This is my face.
That's who that is.
It's not a missing person.
Have you seen this girl?
It is myself. A friend got this for me. I'm not that, I don't love myself that much that I wanted to get cups of myself.
So she says.
But this is what we're here for. You talking tea with my face on it, with a giant tea. What's this? Teapot. A giant thing.
How strong is that tea?
It is very strong. If we start going a bit crazy, just know it's the strong tea that we're drinking. But how are you, Sam? Talk to me, because I think last time you were on the show was last year, 2022.
Wow.
I think summer last year. So
I was wearing shorts.
You are wearing shorts again. So, what's been going on since then?
I keep looking over there as if people are watching me wear shorts. But I'm wearing shorts for all that you are listening.
For all that can't see, he is wearing shorts.
How am I? I'm very warm. Just to start, but in a really
good
nice
way. You're not hot.
Yeah, I was sitting outside, kind of scratching at the door for you to let me in for about 19 hours. So yeah, since then I've got a tan.
Nice.
I'm good, actually. I think it's been an undulating time, going up and down. I think that's what that word
Where
means.
did you find that
word of the day?
Oh, undulating. I'm going to use that.
Ooh,
okay.
Undulating. But yeah, really good. I'm grateful to be back. This is always one of those things where I always think, oh my gosh, I'm going to have nothing to say.
And then we have way too much to say.
Talk for about 19 hours. And then we're just editing.
Going on tangents, up and down. But that's why you're here, because the people love you.
And
I love you. Yeah. Basically.
Get here, as they say. But how are you? No one really ever asks you. How are you?
No one does ask me. And I'm actually great.
Well, this is why no one asks you, because you show off all the time.
It's been a year since Talking Tea was around. And that was making me very sad. I was like, I have so much to say.
You do. Get this woman a mic.
Exactly. And so I was like, we gotta come back. And we're coming back stronger than ever, better than ever. And I thought, what better way to celebrate Talking Tea coming back than to have an episode on comebacks, but we're calling it the bounce back.
That's why I'm dressed as a basketball player today.
That is why you're dressed like a...
Shoots, he scores.
Oh,
touchdown.
I think that would have probably just bounced
well after this, we're going to play basketball. So that will be my comeback, okay? Because I did not make it to the A team in my high school tryouts for basketball.
Did you actually have a basketball team?
I don't like to talk about
it. Oh, okay, sorry. Well, if it makes you feel any better, I was on the B team for netball, which was the worst team, and we lost every single game.
That's the saddest story I've ever heard.
It is. I was so bad though.
So we're starting off a good start with comebacks, just with childhood trauma.
But yeah, it is the bounce back. Okay, so we're talking about personal setbacks and how we bounced back.
Wow.
Okay.
So I just have to disclose everything.
You can disclose whatever you like. But so what have been... Let's talk maybe the last year. The setbacks that you've had, it doesn't have to be too deep. It can just be like a light little setback. What would you say have been like your major setbacks?
Great. I'm going to take these off so that you can see the emotion in my eyes as I do this story. Setbacks. I mean, obviously boys are always going to be a setback because
always.
That boy is a liar.
Yeah.
That boy is a liar.
Mm-hmm. The boy's a liar.
What else? Setbacks. I was quite ill for a while. But look at me, a picture of health now.
Exactly. But you bounced back very, very well from that.
I think so too. Like,
you
I think
really
I got a bit
did.
taller. Now I sort of glow in the dark. It's kind of weird. When they put that much penicillin in you, I feel like Wolverine, like, I'm going to just get these like claws suddenly. But
okay.
I don't
so
know.
you feel stronger and better.
Sorry, I will stop
Yeah,
singing.
we can't do that for every single word, Sam. Sorry.
So let's say that. So boys, ex-boyfriends. I think the last time I was in here, I was like, oh, this guy, he's so great. Turns out not so great.
I think you were like,
That's
okay,
last
when
time.
when did you get together, if you don't mind talking about
I think it was...
the ex? So I think you were last on summer 2022.
I think it was like quarter past. No, it was, wait, when was it? It was July. That was when he like cast that evil spell on me. It's honestly like the Little Mermaid. He took my voice. No,
so it really was like a year ago.
It literally was. Like, it's May now. Unless you're tuning in 9 years' time, we've gotten famous. Yeah, wow. So I think that was probably a big setback. That was quite a decline. But then, do I talk about the bounce back now, or do I just talk about the setbacks?
No, you can definitely talk about the bounce back.
I always think this. I think the best thing that can ever happen to someone, win the lottery, but also a heartbreak, because it teaches you. I think it teaches you so much about yourself. Snaps for that.
Snaps for that. Because
I think when you're like really down about something, that's when you kind of like find out like, oh, I can really bounce back. And I did. I think I did some like very unhealthy things immediately, as we all do.
Yep.
A little bit of the drinking, a little bit of the dancing.
A little bit of drinking and dancing.
Oh, silly me. But then I started like kind of like really being like, oh, let's sit in the feelings, all of that like, what's like a women's magazine to like read when they're like, they tell you like
a woman's
9 steps to get over a heartbreak.
Cosmopolitan.
Like very cosmopolitan, like sit in the feelings, talk to friends, don't cry on the train, like all of these things, And
crying on the train is awful. It's such a horrible thing. Like,
I'm not like a quiet crier as well. Like, you've seen me cry. I'm like,
I'm the same. We're both very like
like honestly
ugly
screaming.
Crying. Yeah.
Like end of Titanic. Like not people crying. I'm the Atlantic. I'm the Atlantic Ocean. That's how like so many tears come out of me. But like, yeah, started like poetry, going to the gym a lot, eating again. Apparently you need to eat. That's so weird.
You do need to eat. You definitely need to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, but let's talk about it. Poetry.
Yeah.
Okay, because
spill a few bars.
Yeah. Can you drop some mad poetry bars right now? But no, I definitely saw, obviously I was there throughout the whole, breakup. I was basically involved.
You're the reason. That's why I'm here. You're the other woman.
I'm the other woman, and I'm not ashamed to say it. But no, I was definitely there for you. If I don't say so myself. I was there for you.
I basically cured you. I'm a doctor now.
But I saw the poetry. I remember when you started doing it. And I was like, oh, he's really bad. No, I'm joking.
She threw eggs.
We've just unlocked another memory.
I'll talk about that.
We have another memory unlocked.
Wait, no, because then I'm like, what if the police are listening? As, they regularly do.
They regularly do to Talking Tea. I mean, they are here for intel on all, dodgy operations. But look, you started doing your poetry. And I really could see how it was helping. Was it like therapy for you?
Literally, 100%. I think so. Really quick tangent as well, like, because I'm going to come back to this. I think a lot of people say people should go to therapy, and I am a therapist myself in my other job,
in his other career.
But like, I am, and I think it is important to go to therapy if you need to go to therapy or want to. But I don't think you should go to therapy if you're not ready to go to therapy. I think that's really important. And I think in like society, the kind of like mantra of everyone has to go to therapy, I actually think can be quite toxic. Yeah. Because it kind of like takes the choice out. Anyway, so a lot of people were saying, oh, you should go. And I was like, absolutely fucking not, because I don't want to. So instead, I decided to write really sick poems. And I remember what I used to do is I would go out drinking, doing the silly things, doing the silly boys. And then I would go for a walk on a Sunday when obviously after drinking, you feel like the world is ending, like Chicken Little, the sky is falling. And I wanted to just like do something healthy, so I would walk around for hours in the cold,
just
writing
walk
poems.
Around.
But then that's where the poems came from. And you were actually there for the first one that not the first poem I've written, because I wrote those when my mum and dad were divorcing when I was like 12, and I was like, I hate you. Get out of here. Obviously, it doesn't rhyme.
That was it. Just 2 lines.
I
poetry.
hate you. I'm gay. Haha. It's not okay. They get better than that. Do they? But no. And then I wrote one, and it was just like it kind of like fell out of me, along with the tears, along with the sobbing that was walking around. And then I was like, do you know what? Let's perform this one. And then I messaged you.
Where was it then? The first one.
It was a theatre in Clapham, and
off the something. Was it that one?
Omnibus Theatre, yeah. Shout
that
out
was your first one?
Ever. And
story is, actually, the one I got picked.
So
I was going to do I also do a little bit of poetry. No, I don't actually.
Yes,
I've written about 3 poems in my life. But I did put my name in the bowl to like be picked for the open mic poetry. And of course, I got picked. And
of course,
they
sensed talent.
And I of course got picked, and Sam did not. But I saw how much he wanted it, and I was like, I'm gonna give my space. And they were like, that was the first time it's ever happened, and probably only. And
that was like genuinely though. And then I literally cried. I think partially the reason I cried when I went up there was because I was like, it's so sweet. And I remember I started it because I was like, thank you. I want to say thank you first to Yay. And I did this I've realised this thing when I do my poetry, and I think this is maybe part of bouncing back. I sway from side to side. It's really strange. It's like, I think it's like a horror movie, like the thing you don't want to see in the corner of the room when you wake up at 4 a.m. I just stand there saying really sad things. It's kind of like the rhythm
though, maybe, like when you're like speaking.
There's no rhythm to my poems. You don't have to be nice. It's just literally me repeating, you cheated on me. Yeah. But yeah, so that's how I think I've bounced back. Poetry, gym, eating lunch.
And actually eating.
And realising I potentially might be gluten-free. So really looking after myself, self-care.
Self-care. I'm so proud of you for your poetry. You're actually amazing. And I want to see more. And more.
Well, after this is done, I'll just
go outside and
put that mug down and just hope that I get some change. Is that how we could do this?
That's how we can do it. Okay, let's do that.
You, bouncing back, you have had definitely some, like, honestly, I'm surprised you're still here. Like, you have been beaten, I've been dragged.
battered and bruised. No, but I honestly was trying to think, and I was like, what setback did I have? But I know that sounds like, I haven't had a setback. But last year, what's adversity? My life is perfect. I've had a lot of setbacks, but I feel like in the last year, well, actually, no, okay, I know a setback. This year, I started a new, career. People who know or don't know, I'm now working in the TV industry. I'm a TV babe. So
yeah, you've got a perfect voice for TV, but now you have a perfect face for TV as well.
So my face has changed. What does that mean?
We'll be back in 5. Carry on with your story.
But yeah, so I started a new job, and I feel like you wouldn't think that was a setback, because you think, new career, you're in the industry that you want to be in, you're doing, onwards and upwards. But the only reason I say it was a setback was because I had to start from scratch in terms of learning about the industry. I had to learn. I knew nothing about the TV industry. The way I got into it was all like very quick. And so I had to learn everything. And I kind of felt like sometimes you get to a certain point in your career, and if you kind of are starting like a new career, you have to learn everything again. You kind of feel like a child. Yeah. You feel like a bit of a baby, and you're kind of like going into certain spaces like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what anyone's talking about. I don't feel like I'm doing a good job. And that's how I felt. So I definitely felt like, even though I was so happy to be in this space that I want to be in, I was like, this is a kind of a setback, because I felt very much like, had kind of like imposter syndrome. Yeah. I felt like I wasn't good enough. I felt like I didn't know what I was doing or deserved to be there. Oh God, this is turning into
therapy.
I'm like, I don't belong.
Well, number one, you are fucking fantastic at everything. I've never met someone that is so like creative in so many fields. It's honestly quite sickening. Like, it's quite annoying to be around you. It feels like getting close to the sun.
You're like,
that's why there's this big ass table between us, because honestly, if I get near, I'll just have to throttle you. But then also, I feel like that feeling of like wanting to be a baby, or like not wanting to be a baby, but feeling like you are a baby or like quite a child, is probably quite like refreshing for you, because you're 30 this year. Is that
and that's the end of it. Wow.
But
you
beat. Bow, 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 bow.
outed me. Oh
But
my God.
I feel like you're a very quick learner. Just before you actually punch me and pour that tea all over me, I feel like you're a very quick learner. You're actually staring at me with angry eyes and I'm scared.
Okay.
But I feel like you're a very quick learner and I feel like your setback there, I can completely appreciate that. But I feel like you're very scrappy. Like, oh my God, I'm getting emotional. No, but I feel like you're very like, you throw yourself in the deep end and it sucks and it's hard, but you don't give up easily.
No.
And I think that's a very admirable quality, which I think is why you're very good at bouncing back. Tea. Thank you.
I appreciate that. I thank you for also, you know, the other little gem that you dropped about my age. I am going to be 30, yes.
Which I think is an epitome of bouncing back.
What, being 30?
You made it through your 20s. And if you listen back to the last 2 episodes, you will understand why it is a complete bounce back that you have made it to 30. There have been traumas.
There have been traumas. I mean, yeah, I feel like the whole of my 20s was a setback.
And look at you now. You're going to be
Stepping
a phoenix.
into a new decade.
New you.
Bouncing along the way. Just bouncing.
That's the new...
Life is just one bounce.
Dory got
basically.
it wrong. No, don't. Just keep swimming. Just keep bouncing. Just keep bouncing. I feel like that should be your new tagline.
Just keep bouncing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think that's impressive. And I think...
Yeah. I feel like... Oh, thank you for that, first of all. But yeah, I think I'm still, you know, I'm trying to, you know, just know that you have to go through things to you know...
Bounce.
To bounce.
I feel like we're just going to use that.
Now we're just going to be
adjective.
like, just keep bouncing.
Just bounce.
Keep bouncing.
The rest of the episode could just be us saying bounce in different languages.
Oh. What's bounce in French?
What? Sorry, Freddie. Oh, gosh. Sorry to any French listeners.
Yeah, there's going to be a few. So thanks for that.
So my name is Yeye, and it was really lovely to be here.
Okay, but what have been the other setbacks in your life? Maybe like the biggest setback.
Okay.
Don't have to go too deep.
I think where we worked, where we met, I'm not going to say it's a setback because it was my first job after graduating. I think that became like a setback. You know,
really? Why?
You know, when you're just like in a situation for too long, not too long, but like you get stuck in your ways, stuck in your routine. You just exist in it because it's effort to change. A bit like our friendship. We just kind of like, you're miserable, I'm miserable. Let's just be...
Everyone's miserable.
Hitched together forever. That sort of vibe.
Okay, yeah.
I feel like that's where we worked was. And if anyone is listening who used to work there, I love all of you and I love that experience, but I outgrew it. We both outgrew it.
We definitely did. We both outgrew it.
And we just stayed there, I think, because it was easy. And I think sometimes I think about, similar to like relationships, like what would have been if we left sooner.
Really?
And like, who would we have... I mean, I'm very happy where I am now, obviously, with you. And we're still friends and that sort of stuff and like happy with our jobs and stuff like that. But like, I feel like who knows what would have been... I don't know. It's like, I was there for like 4 years. I think I probably could have left after 2.
But I think also we were there during the pandemic. We stayed, I think, like 2 years after or 1 year after the pandemic.
I think left last year.
2022.
Yeah, start.
But I feel like we maybe would have left sooner if it was like a time when you could actually go and like get another job. Like everything was all up in the air. And I think we were just lucky to even have a job at that point.
To be honest. And yeah, I didn't really like, I should have, I didn't do much work during the lockdown. I think, sorry.
Basically, Sam didn't do any work during lockdown. He would message me like, I'm just like sitting around doing nothing. And I was like, I'm actually working.
She says. She's just saying that for the camera.
I worked so hard.
I feel like I'm the setback.
But your job, you are the setback.
I'm the reason. I set that place back. I keep trying to not name it because it's so easy to name it and I don't want to name it. But there, I'm the setback.
It was very easy though, for you not to do anything because your job was outreach and you couldn't reach out. You couldn't reach out. It was impossible.
I really, really tried, but no one was responding to my emails or my tweets or anything. I was just calling out the window.
My tweets. Who were you tweeting?
You. Why didn't you reply?
I don't even have Twitter, so I don't know who you would... It's some other yay.
That other girl. That bitch.
But I do agree. I feel like that job... It was a bit of a setback for us, but also we got through it and we were able to. Yeah, I mean, we're in our career. We're both in careers now that we actually want to be in. You're flipping therapist.
Flipping.
Flipping.
You can swear, you're an adult. It's okay. You're definitely an
I
adult.
don't swear.
You don't.
You're a flipping therapist.
What an insult. I am a flipping therapist, and I think I'm actually quite a good one.
You're an amazing therapist.
I think I
You
like
helped me a lot.
Yeah, we're about to go into therapy here, and then you were like, no, let me show off. Me too, to be fair. Question, do you
Yes.
think that COVID was a setback for you personally?
I mean,
Dropping bombs. That's philosophical.
was it a setback? Yeah, of course. It was a setback for everyone, but
Do you think?
yeah, I do. I mean, it took away like 2 years of my life. Well, a year, I would say. But also, it was very helpful in terms of learning things, figuring out new things. I started writing during script writing during lockdown. That was about it.
Go Gloria. Was that when Go Gloria was?
That's when Go Gloria started. If you haven't checked it out, I do have a web series called Go Gloria, and I did write it mainly during lockdown. So in terms of, lockdown being a setback, it wasn't really.
See, you can't paint.
You can
paint
find
it black and white.
other, things, interests and talents that you have.
And you are talented. If you haven't looked at Go Gloria, I was lucky enough to be part of the VIP screening experience. I was lolling. Like lol. It was
lol.
very
It was
funny.
a massive lol. Just one lol.
It was just me just going lol throughout. No, it was very funny. And do you know what it is? This would have been a setback for our friendship. You know when it's like, imagine if, oh my gosh, this is going to sound cocky. Imagine if my poems were shit. I think some of my poems are good. Some of them are awful. But imagine if Go Gloria wasn't funny.
Yeah.
What would I would have had, that would have been a setback because that would have started lying in our friendship.
Oh, you would have been honest and then we would have... No, but if you were honest, I would have been like... Oh, you're like, I would never be honest with you if it was bad.
Would you, if my poems were shit, would you come up to me afterwards and go, well, that was a bit of a dud, wasn't
I
it?
would never be able to do that.
Thank God that Go Gloria was actually fun. Imagine if I had to come up to you and just be like, oh, babes, what was
Maybe
that?
you should give up.
Babes, you are so good at your job. Not this one, the other one. You have so many talents. Have you thought about
day
juggling?
job.
You are not making it to judges' houses. So sorry.
This is the end of the line for you. But yeah, so what about you? Was it a setback for you, lockdown?
I don't think
thriving
so.
and surviving.
Obviously, it is a spectrum. But I think mainly it wasn't. As you said, it gave me a lot of time to kind of realise this is what I want to do. This is not what I want to do. And I was in a relationship at the time, which was also a little bit up and down.
Yeah.
But I think that COVID and lockdown actually brought us closer. So it's very looking back, I can obviously be like, oh gosh, all I ate was potato waffles for 2 years, but that's my business and none of yours. So stop.
Why were you only eating potato
Why
waffles?
weren't you only eating potato waffles? Is more of a question that you should be asking yourself, Yay.
Do you remember when everyone was trying to do the those iced lattes and things, or making banana bread, and it was just a whole thing during lockdown?
I did
just
both of those things.
Did you actually?
And I am the worst cook. I am a setback in the culinary world. Honestly, if Mary Berry met me, I honestly think she would slap me around the face. I cannot cook toast. I cannot cook. It's not even cooking. I can't make toast.
You can't make toast.
I know how to. I went on a date yesterday actually, and spoiler
alert.
And he asked me can you cook? And for whatever reason, I said, yeah, that's going to be a setback. It'll be a setback if we go on a second date, because he'll be like, oh, you should make that tofu burger that you mentioned. And I'll be like, okay.
You'll be like, I'm ordering in and pretending I made it.
Honestly,
Just
very
put on a
desperate
plate,
housewives.
he'll never know.
Yeah, I think you think I'm a better liar than I am. I think
You're
I
a
have too
great
much of a
liar.
good fun. Do you think so? I'm not even Sam. Ha. But yeah, I don't know where I was going with that one.
No, okay, but let's talk about bounce backs, comebacks of life. Okay.
People.
Of people.
Not us.
Yeah, not us, of other people. So I was thinking about this the other day, and I was like, one of my major inspirations and somebody who I think who had a great comeback was the Queen herself, Mariah Carey.
Oh, was she in the Pussycat Dolls? I loved her when she did that buttons thing.
How dare you?
No, Mariah.
Disrespect Mariah. Okay.
I'm a lamb.
Are you
That's the best
a
one.
lamb? Are you actually a lamb?
What's your favourite Mariah Carey song and why? And then we'll go back to bounce backs.
Maybe Fantasy.
I
Or Always Be My Baby.
Linger on. That was
ask you to
almost.
sing it.
Yeah, but that was almost in tune, which I think is a bounce back considering I can't sing for shit. Okay, fantasy.
What's your favourite?
I love her ballads, and I love a sad
Is it going to be
song.
like Hero?
Is that a sad song?
No.
I did used to cry singing that when I was 11 in my bedroom. My parents didn't know I was gay. So, and I was there, here's a hero. I think If It's Over
Oh,
That's a fantastic. And do you know what?
okay.
Speaking of relating it to bounce backs, so she performed "If It's Over" at I think the Grammys or something, and everyone was saying at that time that she was a studio artist and she couldn't actually sing her songs.
Yeah.
And then she went there and she
blew
did like,
it
you know what? I don't know what it
out
is.
the
You're a
wall.
singer, like when it's like at the back of your throat, like when you sing, when you turn
When
into
you
the Cookie
go,
Monster,
Okay, whatever that was.
like when you like growl as a singer. These aren't technical terms. Stop looking at me like I'm stupid.
Okay.
Basically, she
growl as a singer.
was just like singing. She was riffing. She was showing off.
I mean, she's
whistle tone.
She was. I mean, she's obviously. It's been a while now. Her voice obviously isn't what it used to be, but she was insane. Like she. Now I'm actually thinking. There's another song of hers, "Vanishing."
The bit at the end where it's like you know what I'm gonna. yeah. We sound like ghosts.
That's exactly how it sounds. Like, if you listen to the record, it sounds just like
Play
that.
that next to the
Next
song
to
in one. If you can do like that dichotomous hearing thing, honestly, it will sound like harmonies.
It's literally exactly the same.
Yeah. But that song as well. But like, how has she bounced? Because I feel like she's always been relevant.
No, okay, so I would say from like 1990, whenever her first album came out, to like the Rainbow album, she was like on a just getting better and better and better. She was like had no bad albums, no bad songs, and then she released the Charm Bracelet. No, it was Glitter.
What? Who names these? Claire's Accessories. What is that?
Well, you know, she liked all that like girlies, like glitter and. So have you seen? So she had that film. Do you remember that film? She had a film called Glitter.
No, you really are a fan.
I'm a stan. It was awful. So bad. It got panned. Everyone was like, her career is over. The album was also trash. I'm so sorry. It was so bad. And then she kind of was having, I honestly think that she was having like a bit of a breakdown. She started acting, and we all just one step away from a breakdown. She was having some kind of like, she was having a breakdown. I think she'd just been overworked and like was acting a bit weird. And that album tanked. Film tanked, and then she had another album I think after that, and it was also like a flop. So everyone was kind of like, she's had her time, her career is over. But then
I love this storyline. You're such a good storyteller. Mariah Carey, listen to this.
But Mariah, I want you to see this. I'm gonna tag you in it.
You're gonna do the Netflix documentary on Mariah.
I honestly could, because I really am like a fan.
Yeah.
Then she came back a couple of years later. She took a bit of a break, and then she came back with.
Outed is not a lamb.
What is it called?
Bow, bow, bow.
Is it the Emancipation? Yeah, the Emancipation of Mimi.
Such a good name.
Then she had a whole kind of new vibe. It was a lot more R&B. I mean, she'd been doing R&B-ish for a while, but it was like when she had It's Like That.
But imagine trying to make an R&B song on an album called Glitter or Rainbow or Sticker Book or whatever she's naming her stupid albums. The Emancipation of Mimi.
The Emancipation. And everyone was like, oh my God, she's back. She came back. And then she had We Belong Together. Absolute classic. Yeah. And then she started getting like a few more albums after that were also great. So she had a big comeback.
She had blonde highlights at that time as well, didn't she? She came back and it was like suddenly like, she looked like Anastasia. Anastasia walked so Mariah Carey could run. In honour of your apology.
I'm sure she's going to see it and she's going to DM me personally.
Because I think she technically wears her glasses for like medical reasons, so I hope this isn't disrespectful, but I'm putting my sunglasses back on.
Oh my God, Anastasia!
It's me. I don't know who that is. Sound like my nan. It's me.
I didn't know she wore them for medical reasons.
Well, I think so. I think it's like to help her with the light. Oh. I don't know, they're red. I feel rude. I'm going to take them off.
Yeah. No, I like them. Keep them on.
I think I match the background.
You do. It's actually a vibe.
I hope that they can zoom in on just... I'm the new mug. Oh no. I am the new mug.
You are a mug.
I've
you
always
are definitely
been
a mug.
That's back on. Okay, so wait, we've gone through...
Okay, but is there someone who you think needs a comeback? Someone who has disappeared from anywhere and you're like, they need to come back.
Slam the Sammer, the poet. Now what a guy. That is me, by the way. Sorry, spoiler.
Is it Slam the... What is your name?
Slam the Sammer, because Sam the Slammer, because poetry slam. And then also there's like a double meaning there, which could be considered a little bit like homoerotic, I think, which a lot of my poems are. But
I thought your name was Sam the Slammer.
It is Sam the Slammer, but my Instagram handle is Slam the Sammer. Say this like 5 times fast if you're listening to this. Pause it now and just say Slam the Sammer, Sam the Slammer, Sam the Slammer. Anyway, come back. This conversation needs to come back.
This conversation needs to come back to what
someone
we were talking
that I want to have a comeback. I'm trying to think of like cool people because I don't want to be like Jessie J.
Jessie J.
She's not cool. Let's not go about that.
I used to love Jessie J.
Okay, I guess we're going to go there then.
No,
Jessie
we don't
J,
have to. But.
she is I honestly think, now you're going to... Everyone be quiet. Everyone
in the
just
room.
you. I think Jessie J is one of the most talented singers of our time.
Do you?
Listen to her singing live.
I mean, she's amazing.
She's just...
All time.
I think, yeah, I think she's up there. I just think she's got a bit of a... Not a strange attitude. I just think sometimes I don't think her attitude lands well with her audiences.
Really?
Because I think... Well, my mum said this, so can you really trust that woman? But she... My mum, according to my mum, et al., she said that Jessie J apparently went to America, and one of her first radio shows, she was like, I just don't understand why like everyone doesn't love me as much as Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey. And I think if that's your first interview with two like international great singers, sorry Jessie, just because you have Who's Laughing Now and Who You Are does not mean that you can compare yourself to like 19 Grammy winning legends.
Yeah, wow, I didn't know she said that.
I mean, I think that. I mean, I try.
You just made that up.
I didn't. This is a very honest.
Your mum. My mum told me.
Your
so
mum.
It must be true.
So I think, but then again, I think Jessie J deserves a comeback. I like her. Rihanna, obviously.
Oh God,
recently,
I'm kind of over it.
Me too. And I realised Rihanna actually is quite like mean. Did you know this?
Mean.
MEAN.
Yeah, mean girl vibes.
Yeah, like she used to like reply to people. Did you hear this girl? That girl who dressed up as her as prom.
No, what?
So there was like a fan of hers, one of the Navy. Did I say that really quickly? There was a girl who dressed up as Rihanna for prom.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, go as yourself, hun. But anyway. And then Rihanna, being Rihanna, replied to it with like the slanty sad face.
No, Rihanna, I feel like she's changed a lot, but back in the day, she went through a phase of being really mean. And I actually was watching a video about this the other day, like, where it was like talking about all her feuds that she's had. And like around like 2014, no, maybe even before that, she went through a phase of just being like very, very mean. But I feel like it was around after the whole Chris Brown situation. So she was going through a lot, and because she was attacking people on Twitter, she was going crazy.
That is someone I don't want to have a comeback, actually. Sorry, Chris Brown. Just going to throw it out there.
Okay. But
okay.
Rihanna's music, do I want it to come back? I'm kind of like, oh.
Which era?
Good Girl Gone Bad.
You are, but which era?
The Bob was a
era.
Whole cultural reset.
She invented Bobs.
She did invent, but when she came out with Umbrella and she had the black, what a time to be alive.
She like danced in the rain.
She danced in the rain. Shut Up and Drive, where she had the fringe. And then, okay, also...
So you don't want her to come back. You're like, oh my God, just so many eras.
Because it's been... This was like, what, over 10 years ago now?
Surely more.
I was like... Over 10 years ago.
Okay, I didn't do well in maths, okay? Maybe my GCSEs should make a comeback.
Oh my God, it was almost like 15 years ago, probably.
Jeez, you would have been 21.
The fact that I wasn't actually far from it is worse.
These things off, it's too hot.
Well, the shades are making you...
The shades, yeah. All this talk of Rihanna, it can't show my true emotions.
So we're really not bothered about Rihanna's album coming.
No. We've only gone for like female icons as well.
Male. And also we don't have to be musicians, it can be...
Actors.
Lindsay
Lohan.
Well, she made that film. Have you watched it?
Oh, that film. That film. Do you want to name that film?
It was on Netflix.
That's
and it
correct.
was a Christmas film.
Very correct.
And it was very bad.
Can you count a Christmas film as a comeback?
No.
It's like saying a Christmas song as a comeback.
And then I was watching it and I was like, oh God, is she a good actress? I don't think so.
She was so good in The Parent Trap.
She was so good, like when she was 10.
But like I can't act like that. Imagine she had to act to herself.
No, she was great. Like back in the day, she was so good.
So put some respect in her name.
I'm respecting her name, but...
I am respecting her name.
I'm respecting her name. Does she need a comeback though? I don't think she does.
I feel like a lot of Disney stars deserve them. Because I think a lot of Disney stars did done dirty.
That is true. She's been through a lot. Okay, maybe she does deserve a comeback.
Amanda
but do you think it's too...
Yeah.
Let's talk about Amanda Bynes because...
Someone needs to.
But I thought she was getting better. I've seen a lot of things where it seemed like she was kind of okay. Like I think she like graduated from like some fashion school or something. And then there's like stories of her walking naked around LA.
Well, what's new? I mean, I feel like she tattooed a heart on her face.
She did do that,
and that's
yeah.
when I was like, oh, babe.
Well, that was when you thought she was. That was
doing
the
well.
moment.
She's doing great. I was like, oh, Post Malone did it. Amanda Mines, you can do it too. Yeah.
I feel like she just needs a lot of help. But she needs to come back, like, just regardless of career, like, mentally.
A mental health comeback.
She's in my mental health comeback.
So we've done, like, musicians. We've done film stars. We've done mental health. What other fields are there? Gosh, we're so close-minded. We're always
There's
talking
no
about
other
art.
fields. Those are the only ones.
Painters?
What painters need to come back?
Picasso, baby. Now, he knew what's what. Wow.
Picasso needs to have a comeback.
Yes. Who would you want to be the next Super Bowl? But it can't be a current artist.
Wait, what?
Who do you think you would have as like the halftime show for Super Bowl?
Oh, I was like, what?
What baseball player?
Yeah, I was
Wait,
like, what?
Is Super Bowl baseball? No, it's not. It's rugby. No.
Rugby?
Rugby?
It's...
Rebecca Vardy.
Oh my God, what is it? Is it baseball? No, it's not baseball.
It's
American football. You were close to rugby,
yeah,
but wrong.
Wrong adjective.
Very wrong.
But yeah, anyway, who would you want to be the next like halftime show, but they can't be a current artist?
What does that even mean?
So like, you know how it was like J-Lo and Shakira and Rihanna, arguably not like current artists.
Stevie Wonder.
Yeah, what party songs does he? To be
Stevie
fair,
Wonder. Stevie Wonder.
you've said it 9 times. He's not going to appear. He's not Bloody Mary.
He just needs some dancers around him.
Yeah, throw
And
it.
Every song of Stevie's is a classic.
Okay.
You have to think,
He was
but
at
it's more
Glastonbury,
about a
wasn't he?
show, isn't it? Rather than the music.
I mean, I would pay good money to watch him like play piano, like suspended in the air. Rihanna was dancing pregnant. There's no reason why Stevie
She
Wonder
was,
can't.
and Rihanna's, she wasn't giving much, really, but she was pregnant. She was pregnant.
For that to be your comeback, your bounce back, and you know, I think like Lady Gaga's one. I mean,
Did she do the Super Bowl?
Yeah, and it is phenomenal. It was insane. Beyonce is phenomenal because when you're doing the Super Bowl, it's not like let's do a concert. It's the Super Bowl. Katy Perry's phenomenal. I'm not the biggest
You're
Katy
not a
Perry
fan.
fan. I am, but like these artists, like they weren't releasing a lot of music at the time, and then when they do that, it's like crazy good. Rihanna's, I kind of left a bit like that was good, but it looked like you were at the O2.
She was kind of just like
Brixton,
whatever.
like the Brixton Academy,
Like Brixton
not
Academy.
like the O2 Arena.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
I don't know who else I would want to see. Maybe like
SZA,
like
those
What
tickets.
I want
that
to
you
see,
got.
like those tickets. Let's not talk about that because I'm still very sad.
I
And
got
bitter.
tickets. So.
Did you actually?
Yeah, SZA, and I'm going to scream to F2F because I know that you hate that song, which is arguably the best song I've heard.
Can you just video the whole thing and send it to me so I can feel like I'm there?
Yeah.
Would I want to see SZA at Super Bowl? I don't know. I
the
feel like
type
she'd
of
have to
vibe.
collab with someone else for it to work.
And she doesn't really have like her songs are more like lie down.
Yeah, the Super Bowl is very dramatic, and I don't know who else. I can't think of anyone else right now that I want to see there.
I'm trying to think of like female icons. I think one day it's going to be like Adele, and I think I'll find that really weird.
It'll be really boring.
I think like she's a fantastic singer, and she keeps coming and like having bounce
A
backs.
little bounce back.
Because she knows how to keep a little bit of mystery.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think of even like male artists. I don't know. I feel like the Super Bowl is just such a like big spectacle. Maybe you just need like a collaboration. Because I prefer like a lot of like more mellow artists. I feel like vibe, like R&B. But I'm like, is that going to stand up at the Super Bowl? Not really.
Well, like Bruno Mars did it.
Did you do it by himself? Who did you do it with?
Was
did
it
you
like
do it with
Bruno
Beyonce?
Mars, Coldplay? No,
Oh,
she brought out Kelly
Coldplay,
Rowland and Michelle. Just Kelly. What is Michelle's last? Williams? No, Michelle. What's her last name? Anyway, bounce backs.
I don't know.
I don't know her.
Michelle Williams needs a bounce back.
Do you know what? She's actually such a nice person as well.
Well, you know her personally.
Well,
when you met her.
I'm actually going for a drink with her after this. Why don't you shut your mouth? Excuse me. No, she is. She's such a like she puts out a lot of good into the world.
Does she?
Like she's been like, well, all I know is that a lot of her songs are like loving songs, like either whether they're songs of praise or they're like loving communities. And then she's been on a lot of things like RuPaul's Drag Race. She does like a lot of good deeds, and I'm like, wow.
She needs more recognition. She's done a
does.
lot, and she
She's
actually
a
has a
meme.
really great voice. She's talented, but it's like when you're in a group with someone like Beyonce
And Kelly, like Kelly's
And
got
Kelly.
her stuff, and now Michelle's the meme. Imagine being the meme.
Yeah, no,
that's
that's not good.
You can't bounce back.
You know what I need? I need a reunion of the original Destiny's Child. before
All
Kelly.
four?
Before Michelle.
So literally you being like, oh, Michelle deserves like, you like cancel her, get the hook.
No,
and just
actually, maybe
yank
we
her
could have
out.
5 of them.
Wasn't there 4?
Forgetting Farah, whatever her name was. So there's the original Destiny's Child before Say My Name. So you're not a stan, are you? No.
I'm not. Do you know what? Destiny's Child.
Oh, you were too young.
Survivor. Yeah. Survivor. Girl. Oh, Girl was a fantastic.
So yeah,
song.
okay. Before that,
What
you
doesn't
probably don't
exist
know
to me?
any of them. Bills.
Who's Bill? Wasn't this like BC as well? Like I live like in 2023. Baby.
Okay, for all the true Destiny's Child fans, you know what? You'll know who they are. There's 2
three of
other
you?
members called Latavia and Latoya.
I did know this actually. It was at a quiz. Well, I didn't know it because obviously, but like I knew it in hindsight.
They were so like, I loved the original Destiny's Child, and they were great with Michelle. So maybe 5 of them need to do like at least one performance. I would love that.
I feel like it's like
Just
like
even
Sarah.
one song. Just perform one song one time.
Beyonce's got the money. She's definitely got the time.
She's got.
So
Or bring them out on her tour.
Like when she did the Super Bowl and she brought Kelly and Michelle
Yeah,
out.
I think she needs to do that and just one time bring the other 2 as well.
And so there's a rumor going around. I started the rumor. So, but Kelly Rowland is headlining a festival next Saturday, and Beyonce's
Where?
here. Mighty Hoopla.
Oh.
And Beyonce's in the country.
And you think she's gonna come?
I have a and it's like a festival which usually attracts like the LGBTQ plus community.
Oh my!
There will be
God.
riots. There, honestly, imagine
There's gonna be a shutdown.
It'd be like pouring little drops of water on an ant farm. It would literally.
Oh, wow.
They're going to go mad.
Okay,
myself
let's-
included.
Let's see. Well, you're going, right?
Yeah.
You're going. So
I'm going to look so cool. This is a good question. Beyonce's bounce back. She's never like needing to bounce back. She's
Yeah.
like Coca-Cola. It's just always going to be
yeah.
relevant. Do you like her new album?
What Renaissance? Renaissance?
Renaissance.
I loved it. At
Really?
first, I didn't like it. At first, I was really not a fan. After a couple of listens, I really liked it. I definitely skip a good few songs.
So you
not
love
gonna
the
lie.
album.
But there's some I like. I love a lot of the songs, but there's some that I'm just a bit like, skip. But towards the end, I feel like the beginning part of the album I love. The last maybe like 4 songs, except for the very last one, which is the one with the Donna Summer sample.
Poor Donna. Donna deserves a comeback, but carry on.
Yeah.
The disco
but I loved
queen.
it. I loved it. You didn't like it. It's
I
very.
want
It
to
divides.
say-
It divides opinion a
Do you think
lot.
every single time I say I don't really like Beyonce's comeback,
But everyone
or that
loves
album,
it.
everyone's like, "How dare you get
No,
out?"
I've definitely had. I know a lot of people that didn't like it. A lot of my friends didn't like it.
I like her. The thing I don't like about it is every song. It doesn't sound the same, but like it has the same sort of like pattern of cuff it, or like it's just the same words repeated over and over.
You're not here for it.
Exactly. Like if I wanted that, I would just go and speak to my mum. Like just the same verbatim over and over and over
Just go
again.
and speak to my
Why are
mum.
you here? Go home. That sort of stuff. So I don't know. I think it's like it's just not. Wasn't for me.
It wasn't for you. Did you like any of the songs? No.
I feel like "Break My Soul" is the one that's like really pushed,
Oh
and
God!
I like the meaning.
Like, it was just annoying to me.
I think you know when something gets like really pushed.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it's
too
like,
much.
And it's like when like I compare it to like Adele's album 21. It was a really good album, and then it played on the radio for 19 years. I keep saying 19. It's my number today.
That's,
I think. But like, and then it's just like, please, we get it.
Did you not like Cuff It?
How's it go?
Gonna cuff it.
How's it go? Sorry. The thing is, I don't know it. I couldn't tell you the difference. But I
That
think
was
it's
the
just
one
my
I feel like.
taste.
That one and Break My Soul. I feel like they're played a lot in like clubs and stuff.
Yeah, and I go to gay clubs quite a lot, and I feel like Beyonce
don't-
is obviously our queen. So amongst many of basically
Okay.
everyone's our queen.
So you're saying Beyonce needs another comeback so that you can like her album.
Basically. So if you're listening, Beyonce, can you like, I don't know,
Make
you break
another
through my
album,
soul.
please.
Yeah, if you've got time.
If
like,
you've got
come
time,
off it.
I mean, she's going on a world tour for probably like 19 years. But why were you 19? It's because you keep saying
It's
19.
weird. There's something in the water. What's in this tea?
What is in this tea? So we need another Beyonce. I mean, I would be happy for a more Beyonce album.
Like EXO.
Yeah.
That album. How dare
Oh
she?
God, that feels like so long ago.
It was.
I mean, it was long ago actually.
2014, 2013.
God, almost 10 years ago.
Blue was a
Basically 10
baby.
years ago.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Comebacks, although it's not really a comeback. Can I just go on a slight tangent?
Just okay, brief.
The Little
very brief.
Mermaid.
Yes.
It's out yesterday. that is technically a comeback because that Disney film was like, no, you know, Part of Your World, great song, but like
It was dead in the water.
now it's dead in the water. Clever. Cheers to that. Shall we actually? Wait, no, it might create like bad feedback. Just a air cheers.
Air cheers.
But like, I think that coming back, brilliant. I love everything about this film so far. Although I looked at the trailer and the special effects look quite weird. So
I'm
is that
kind of
gonna be
like,
a good
I'm
comeback?
really intrigued to see what's going to go on with that one because I don't know. I'm really intrigued.
Hallie's
Bailey.
singing. Bailey, sorry. Her
Chef's
singing.
kiss.
Her singing Part of Your World, even though she was lip syncing. That blew me.
She was lip syncing. What do you mean?
There's like a live performance of her.
And she was lip
Live
syncing.
performance of her singing at Disney.
No.
And it's beautiful. It gave me goosebumps. I cried. I'm not going to
Was
lie.
she lip syncing though?
What was she lip syncing?
Why?
Well, I feel like with Disney, like it's never going to be. You could tell she was lip syncing because she was singing and her jaw was going like. And I was like, baby girl, you don't sing like that.
That's weird.
I'd like them to have a comeback actually as a duo.
Chloe and Halle.
Yeah.
Literally, I talked about. Yeah, I feel like they are.
Who are you talking about this with?
My other friends. I do have other friends.
Where are they?
can't
Are they under the
really
table? Sorry, I don't remember them getting invited to this 3 times.
Chloe, I need it because I'm not here for Chloe's music. No, I need Chloe and Halle.
To be fair, I don't really know any of her
Exactly.
songs.
So why are you acting so?
Stupid. Get out.
Chloe
Get
and Halle
out.
were an absolute vibe. Chloe by herself, it's not giving. The music
Ungodly
is not
Hour.
giving. Ungodly Hour. Oh
Did you see it when they did that thing when they did the performance and they were like dressed in like all metal?
no.
Get out and go and watch it.
Chloe, yeah,
I'll
big
hold it down
comeback.
here.
Chloe and Halle.
Okay.
Chloe and Halle. After The Little Mermaid's done, Chloe's done her album. So like maybe next year.
So we can hold out until then. Let's hold our breath.
Chloe and Halle. We're praying
What
for you.
comeback would you? Okay, we're there. They've just released their album. What comeback would you like to say you've had since right now?
What do you mean?
Like, I know that you said you've never faced adversity and life's great and ha 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 to everyone that's like having difficulties right now, lol.
Yeah.
But like, say we're a year from now, what would you like to say, you know, has like fixed or you've gotten better at, or like you look back and you're like, wow, I really came back from that?
Probably, yeah, what I'm doing now, career-wise. I feel like I need to just... If I can look back at the time when I was like trying to figure things out and new into the industry, I want to be able to look back and be like, I know my shit now.
Okay.
I know what I'm doing.
I feel like that's ongoing with us. I feel like for the,
Yeah.
like, I was going to say 19. I feel like for like the 7 years that we've known one another,
No.
almost 7, 6? Is it
5.
5, always rounding down, you are. But like, I feel like for that time, I feel like we've always said, we just want to figure our shit out.
Yeah.
And we never do.
And we never do.
Never
What would
do.
yours be though?
In this time next year?
Yeah.
To be on the doctorate. Oh, Dr. Sam.
Oh my
I'm sorry.
God.
My dating profiles would be, I don't know, people would reply. It would be
Well, because you
wild.
put it in there like...
I will be that person that introduces myself as Dr. This will not be talking tea. It will be, I'm here with Dr. Sam.
Wow.
Dr. Sam. In fact, I might just change my
Can
name
it
to Doctor.
happen in a year?
No, it's 3 years.
Oh,
But
okay.
I have to apply for it.
But you're... Okay, we're here for that.
So
I'm here for that.
figure your shit out, Doctor. Sounds like both of
Doctor.
us are just figuring our shit out.
I mean, I think so. And we are going to have the best bounce backs.
We always do, though, don't we? I
We
feel
do.
like we get a bit of a...
No matter what we go through, we
We're
managed.
just still here.
We're still here.
balanced.
We're surviving somehow.
Somehow.
Okay.
Maybe like not all our limbs, but we still try our very best.
We tried, child. We tried. Okay, so to end this episode.
Already?
I know we can talk for forever, but I actually do have things to do. I
Need to
know.
wash up.
We need to wash this up.
We don't wash this up.
But I want to end with a little segment. We kind of did it on the last episodes, but we're bringing it back. And
You
it's
wouldn't.
called Zounselwit.
Zounselwit.
If you don't know, the name is what's her name?
What's that girl's name? Nicki Minaj.
Nicki Minaj.
The Minaj.
Nicki Lewinsky.
Roman.
Nicki the Harajuku Barbie. So she had like a little clip where she was like, Zounselwit. Zounselwit. So this segment is called Zounselwit. So it's something I've seen around that I'm like, what is going on?
Is it me?
What is going on? It's not. Do you have TikTok?
I don't. I'm an adult. Do you? Yeah.
You know what? I do. I don't really use it, actually. Most of my information from TikTok I get from Instagram, actually.
Okay. As you were. Sorry.
But there was a viral clip on TikTok. What do you call it? I don't even know what... A video.
A VHS was circulating
I'm
the
so
rounds
old,
of the
guys.
World
I don't
Wide
even know how
Web.
TikTok works. There was a viral video on TikTok where this guy was making what he called jollof rice in his accent. Jollof rice.
Where's he from?
I have no idea where he was from.
Okay.
But he was Caucasian. From somewhere. You know.
Jollof.
And that's fine.
Was his name Jollof?
His name was actually Jollof.
Joseph Loff.
But he made a video of himself making jollof rice. This is how he made it. Okay. Let me tell you how he made it. Uncle Ben's microwave rice.
Right, number one. Should I have like a Jollof monitor? Okay, error 1.
Microwave rice. He cut onions up, left the skin on the onion.
What type of onion?
Like a normal onion.
Like the brown?
Brown, yep. Left the skin on the onion. Tomato soup.
No, sorry, carry on.
Is it turmeric?
Turmeric.
And then you put it in the oven.
Wait, turmeric?
Yeah.
Is that, I don't know.
The seasoning.
Because I know that you can change your jollof like based on wherever, like.
Well, he said
different
this is
variations.
Ghanaian, so I will like say, you know, I'm Nigerian and obviously our jollof rice is miles better. But
oh my gosh,
I'm gonna say that this was a step below normal Ghanaian jollof rice.
So far I've got I think Uncle Ben's is a red flag anyway. The fact it's microwavable rice is another one. Soup and onions is just bastardizing cooking
and that's
anyway.
the thing, you know what it is, obviously he was trolling or joking and he was trying to pretend like, oh, this is how you make it, and obviously he was making it 10 million times worse to like for views and like
that's a white guy like,
but I'm just like, I'm so over people doing things like this, like doing things for like clout or for like attention, and it's like, especially when it comes to like cultures. So it's like, basically I feel like you're kind of like taking the piss out of other people's cultures, like, oh, this is how you make jollof rice, and you just make it like the worst possible way.
Yeah,
it's just like, it's not even funny.
It's bastardizing.
It's just, it happens all the time, and I just see people where they're like, oh, I'm making something from this culture, and I feel like it's kind of mocking people's cultures.
Should we say it on the count of 3?
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Sounds so it.
Honestly, but like,
so
you're
it.
so right. Like, I mean, it's just disrespectful anyway. And it's like, I think I'm just going to go back, like, as a white guy.
As a white
guy.
That,
and like, food is such an important part of any culture. To like, bastardize it in that way.
It's just ridiculous. And I'm just kind of like, I just not funny. Like, you think you're being funny and you're just doing things for attention.
Pick me. It's pick me energy. It's that, and it's that icky, like, who are you doing? Like, you actually woke up and you went out of your way to think, do you know what would be a funny video? Mm-hmm. Me buying all of these ingredients and herpy-derpy put them in.
Like, and call it jollof rice.
But the sad thing is, you know that he's going to release another video, which is like...
Yeah, he'll probably be like, now I'm doing Nigerian rice.
And he'll just...
keep going. So please, whoever you are that made that video, don't do it. Don't do it.
Oh my God, what if he like recreates this? To be honest, I would love a caricature of us.
I would too.
I could
maybe it will happen.
Jollof. Come on.
Come on, Jollof.
Come on, Jollof. Welcome to the stage.
Well, Sam, we've come to the end of our time here.
So we've come.
So can you please leave?
Gladly. Thought you'd never ask.
No, but thank you so much for coming back to Talking Tea.
I always will, as I always say.
You're like basically a second host at this point.
Don't say that, because you know that I won't come
because you actually will be.
I'll just walk in on one of your next ones and I'll be like, oh, you're here? That's so... I'll just appear from under the table. Or like mold just in the corner.
Just like mold growing. Can't get rid of it.
Never here when you want it, but always here.
But thanks for coming back.
Thank you for having me.
Being an amazing guest as you always are.
You're just so easy to talk to. Sorry, I'm going away from the mic. I'm so laid back. Look at me. I'm just so...
What is... do you want people to like follow you on socials? Do you want to put yourself out there? Maybe plug your poetry Instagram.
No one needs to see that sad little diary. Oh my goodness.
It's great.
If you wanted to follow me, I mean... I don't know. I post pictures of myself sometimes.
You do.
What is it? Cool for the summer. Yeah,
Cool for the summer.
Like Cool for the Summer, the hit Demi Lovato song, but Cool for the Summer.
The hit Demi Lovato song that everyone knows.
Do you want me to? Well, we're ending there, so everyone, this was really lovely. I need to go and put Yay in a headlock.
But no, everyone go and follow Cool for the Summer. And check him out.
And check Go Gloria.
And check out Go Gloria. Okay, just a shameless little plug for myself.
I did it. I plugged you. Oh,
you did.
Don't end on that note. That's what we're going to talk about next time.
Sam, it's been real. Let's do another cheers
ching,
to
ching.
Talking Tea.
And to cancelling Jollof.
Yeah, and to cancelling. Jollof, you're cancelled. But that's been it for this episode of Talking Tea. We're going to be back next time with a brand new guest, brand new topics, and all that good tea for you. So make sure you stay tuned and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and all of that shiz. And we will see you next time.
Deuces.
Deuces.
So if you wanna get some tea, come and have a talk with me. Here is where it's gonna be. It's Talking Tea with me.